Hi, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, I still have morning eyes going on. Good morning. Hi, it's April Braswell, and I'm a holistic life coach here in Orange County. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you. So when you get in here, hi, give it a thumbs up, say hi, and chime in the comments below as you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and let me know where you're connecting from and how things are going where you are. I'm a holistic life coach here in Orange County, California. There is also Orange County, New York, and hello to all of my community here at Facebook. I have people from all around both the United States as well as many other countries. Welcome. You are welcome here. I did a couple posts. Good morning. Do chime in the comments. I don't see it immediately. There's a newer interface with the Facebook Lives, so I don't always see the comments super instantaneously. There's like a little bit of a lag, so I do go back after the live and I do go back and reply to everything. So say hi, wave hi, and let me know how you're doing, where you're connecting from, where you're hailing from, and how things are there where you are. One of the things I hear from clients, one of my specialties I'm known for more locally versus on the internet, although things are changing now, is I'm a sober mentor for young women. And one of the things that has been particularly triggered for them with really everything going on is a greater level of anxiety kind of under the surface is the way I would describe it. Sort of like in the movie Titanic, where there's just the tip of the iceberg that's displaying. And then there's the part that's really quite large and quite deep that's underneath. So do check with yourself, because sometimes things are going kind of well on the surface and you still have that feeling inside of anxiety or depression or like a little something, and sometimes it's a little challenging to put our finger right on it immediately and identify it and give it a label. So this is a good place to be real. You can show up. The post I did about a week ago was showing these beautiful different colored pencils where you can, the phrase I used was, it is safe to shine your colors here, your true colors. So do shine your true colors here. Shine your essence, that spirit inside of you, where it is you, your core self, as well as you with divine, where there's that intermingled mix. And shine that here. Do share of yourself and shine your essence. And that is why we are here, why God created us, is to shine that forth, and in particular then to do that with others so that we raise the radiance, the light here in the world, and then also to have a greater impact by doing things together. I'm a member of things like organizations like Toastmasters International. I'm the founding president here for the Newport Beach chapter of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. It has chapters both here in the States, both here in the States as well as in Canada. So both are international organizations. And the more that we come together and shine our light, the greater the light. You might have noticed that when all that marvelous bioluminescence that is showing right now, that sort of like a single dolphin would be, really kind of cool. However, when multiple come together, the radiance is even stronger. So I'm going to use that as my segue now for going into this guided meditation. And I'm aiming to get back to doing this now regularly Monday through Friday around 8 o'clock, about 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time during the quarantine time. And it's looking like that's going to be going on in various ways a bit longer than we maybe anticipated. So I do want to shine our essence and be a haven for doing that, of where we come to center and we connect with divine spirit first, and then can go about our day and our work in a way where we are divinely guided, where we have that connection. I'm Christian, and one of the phrases we have from Scripture is about where we are to cultivate the state of where we are praying, or rather giving thanks always. And I think it's probably in Scripture, just that one's the one that I'm thinking of right now, is that idea of praying always. When we sort of develop that connection, which this guided meditation helps us to strengthen that muscle and to sort of tone that way, is we strengthen that muscle, we stretch it, and we kind of limber it up a bit too, so that we are connected on a regular basis. And we start to get to where you maybe are feeling like you're connected with divine throughout your day, and at some point you get to where it's pretty much 24/7. You may not feel it exactly every single moment. It does get to be, when you really do this on a daily basis, on a regular basis, at least a handful of times each week, every month, for quite a number of months. I recommend starting that practice of aiming to do this for about 3 to 6 months to really strengthen, establish the habit. It's kind of easier to think about it for 30 days. So think about it here for, I'm going to do this now for the month of May. And here it is, already sort of about 10 days into May. So for about throughout May, and then into about the first 10 days of June, aiming to do this as a daily habit. And there are the recordings here at my Facebook page, so you can come back and use those to support you on the days when I don't do it on the weekend or when I do it at a different time. And you want to be establishing, strengthening that muscle, so it gets to be, after it's such a long habit, you finally get to the point where you have that connection is always there, and you will find that sort of intention in your mind, in your spirit, where it just takes a moment or two, might take a few minutes, for you to set that intention, and then you move into that space of where now I am connected with divine. And so it may not be exactly always 24/7. It's just that connection is established always. And then you can switch into it really at will. It does take some practice first. I remember going to church back in my 20s when I was newly Christian, and going to church, and it was like I knew it was there, and I just had that beginning experience. And it was still kind of rational minded, only, if I can put it that way, where it was really almost by happenstance that the divine connection popped up. And I remember going to services in San Francisco and going to services in Princeton and in New York, as well as where I went to college in Northampton. Shout out to all the women graduating this year, Smithies year 2020, so all our graduating folks, all those different places. Quite often it still feel like I was doing like a mental practice, and it might start like that. Keep at it, keep strengthening that muscle, and at some point it really does shift into that experience of the divine. So let's go ahead now and put both feet on the ground. And just start focusing on your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling very, very good. And set that as your intention as we start. I feel good today. And choosing that. I ask, and I will often text my coaching clients where they're in their early period of sobriety. And I will send them pretty much a daily text message to ask them, what is your choice for today? What is your choice for today? Today I choose to connect with God, with the divine heart of God. I choose to feel good. And I might have given moments where that gets off kilter. It happens. And I choose to come back to feeling good. That's my anchor. So choose your phrase or thought for the day. Mine is feeling good. And put both feet on the ground. Make sure your back is well supported, or you're sitting up straight where you are. And just start focusing on your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good and very wonderful. Yes. And take 3 deep breaths now, breathing in through your nose. Breathe in. Fill and expand your lungs. Hold, and then exhale, blowing out through your mouth. Relax and release. And now take a second really good breath all the way in. Breathing in. Fill and expand, and then hold, and relax and release as you exhale. And notice where your body is maybe holding a little tension, and also where you're feeling very good and relaxed. And I start to feel a little tension in my shoulders. Really, it's a small amount. And just do some little stretches, very gentle. Oh, there we go. Little stretches just to loosen things up, to bring in that wonderful, fresh oxygenation. Now, I recommend that as we start this meditation, that you invite in 4 guardian angels. I do like to think of them as angels. And they are like the Archangel Michael with flaming swords of protection. And so I bring in all of the energy, all of the magnificence, all the protection. It's love with great strength, great protection from Archangel Michael. And bring that in and shine your space. They are 4 guardian angels of protection with flaming swords of magnificence, where they are in each corners of your home. They are in each of the 4 corners, holding the space, protecting. And you want to do this invocation where it is only entities of light and love who are aligned with your unique life purpose. God created you uniquely, knit together in your mother's womb. From the very moment of your incarnation, of your inception, knit together in your mother's womb, growing you and growing you and growing you over all these years for specific purpose and intents. And only those who are aligned with that uniquely are to come in. There's so many well-meaning helpers. Connect specifically and set that intention. I connect now. I intend to connect now with those who are aligned with my unique life purpose. And I always connect first with those who are here in my local area. I'm here in Orange County. God placed me here uniquely for a purpose. So I'm here for a purpose. I may not always know what it is. You may not always know what it is. Just set that intention of connecting locally first. Yes, and bring it in. Bring that intention and breathe it in. As well as shine your essence now. Imagine yourself radiating your radiance, your essence. Shining it out with that intention to connect with those who are maybe in your geographic region or maybe elsewhere in the world or in the country. I'm not overly forcing it into the Toastmasters groups. I just follow divine guidance. And as you start to do that, you will find that God connects you and shows you where and with whom. You might do it as a question to kind of test the waters, because it's where we start to develop our discernment. So I'm in the Toastmasters International group. A project I'm planning on this summer is coming up. Someone posted about that very sort of project, and I was like, oh, really? I just asked them about it, and Spirit just kind of opened the door for the three of us to do a little something together. It's not to make it this big to do, it's just a little something for the three of us to do. And that's often the way it is. We just start to practice using that new spiritual muscle. So as we're opening and opening, do fasten on what I refer to as a breastplate. It's a breastplate of protection. It's permeable. Our radiance can shine forth through it, and we can receive radiance from the divine heart of God. At the same time, we are protected appropriately. Yes, and now imagine above you this beautiful picture of God. And you might see it as someone like Kuan Yin, or of Jesus. You might have a anthropomorphic image, a personification of a person, a man or a woman. Or you might not really even see it with a head and just sort of see a body a little bit. And we're just simply the clouds opening if your religion is more non-anthropomorphic. I know folks who are Muslim are not anthropomorphic, or at least that's what I've heard from friends over the years who are. Or maybe you're Buddhist and you might see Buddha, or really not even a specific person. And you just see the clouds opening. Those streaming radiance. Let it stream in and infuse all of your etheric body, your whole spiritual body. Receive that fresh infusion. And as you do this, allow it to be kind of like a dry eraser, those erasers where they just do like a little scrubbing, or like a little scrubbing bubbles, and allow it to scrub, and allow it to go through all of your bodies, your physical body, your etheric body, and all the layers of you. Your body, your aura, your unconscious mind, your rational mind. And direct them to go through everywhere that's needed. Yes. And receive. And just around now, you should be having that experience of being just lightly satisfied, lightly full. It's not to eat a super big, super filling meal, but just that like light breakfast where we feel, I've had enough. And now in your mind, and take your hands, I can't quite do it because I'm holding the phone. Rub your hands together, and you're going to feel that energy, a warmth, the energy from your hands. And now shine it forth. And you'll feel it like a little tingle on the palms of your hands. And send that out. Aim to send it, pick one or two people in your life in particular. And this morning I send it to my friend Phil LaPuma, to his sister Kathy. I don't even know what her last name is. It may not be LaPuma anymore. She might be married. She might be a married lady. I send it to her. I send it to her, and I send it to a client of mine in particular who is in Newport Beach. I send it to her over her mind and her heart. These are people where they are depleted, where the energy is a little depleted, or some old patterns and beliefs are starting to come up a little bit, where they are feeling, for Kathy in particular, when I sent her energy yesterday, I felt her energy was depleted. It might be life force energy, however you think of it. You might have someone in your life that way, and send them as you receive that extra infusion, so you have some to share. Share yours and send it to someone this morning just for a few minutes. Give them that, be a conduit for that divine radiance, light, and love from the violet radiance. And I see and imagine it like watercolors. You kind of like drew watercolors all around you, all around you. And take all of that light, all of that divine radiance, the violet radiance, and imagine it shimmering and feeding you. And then just direct those scrubbing bubbles, and they're like a little, and you might also see sort of at the end, it's like, have the scrubbing bubbles, just direct them to continue to do their work. They might get into a few corners that they weren't quite complete with, and just let them keep doing their work. And then splash, like take a bucket of spring water from rain from outside, or if you're in one of the areas where there's been snow and it collected in some buckets or some baskets outside, and as it melts, just splash that fresh water over you. Wash clean about anything old and outworn. Let it wash away. Wash away. Yes. A fresh infusion. And then bring in the violet radiance one more time. And now imagine it like a flame, where it's like a candle, and we just go poof over the surface, just clear, burn away quickly like that. Anything, any little residue that's left over, just for today, whatever was cleared for today. And then thank and thank and thank, and be in that wonderful, strong and self-assured energy, and where things are grateful and appreciative. Have a wonderful day. God bless. God speed your day. Anywhere that you want support, please chime in the comments below. I have been supporting people here with ideas for supporting their work, their business. If your work has been curtailed, I have a lot of folks in the holistic space where all of their work had to be done in person. There are things like massage therapists. There's work where it really had to be done in person, and you can't immediately just do it by telecoaching or telemedicine. So do that for yourself. Chime in the comments anywhere that you want support. I have a number of people where they've been talking about letting me know that their hours were curtailed, and yes, the money from the government is nice. They don't know how long it's going to be there, and they're wanting to create not necessarily exactly a replacement income, but they want a side income. I don't really love using the expression a side hustle, because it makes it sound like it's a ton of work when you already have a full-time job. I prefer the idea, I like the metaphor, it's more homey, and it kind of resonated more with women. I came from that background as a Christian with homeschooling. I like to use the phrase a home-based business that has a low price point to start it. And I have a couple of things I can suggest or support you with. So if that's something you're interested in, just chime in the comments below and I will share about that then later in the week in a separate live, so we keep things kind of focused per live. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. God bless, and thank you so much for joining me here today. I love and appreciate every single one of you. I send you God's love through me, from Him, with me, to you. God bless. Bye-bye.